Hi Flosstube! This is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. It is Stitch Mania Eve. I'm a little excited about Stitch Mania. Yeah, it's April 29th, and this is my Flosstube number 50. So that's cool. Also, I recently hit 500 subscribers. So that's cool too. And that means that later I will be talking about celebrating 500 subscribers. So stay tuned. Today's dad joke of the day. You might have heard it before. What do sea monsters eat? They eat fish and ships. Especially the British sea monsters. So yeah, this is my channel where I talk about my cross-stitching and other crafty fun stuff. And I'll just jump right into it with my whips, my works in progress. Last Monday, after I filmed my most recent Flosstube video, I worked on medieval motifs. All the pieces that I worked on this week, I didn't put a lot of progress in, but at least I was stitching, was it every day? Yeah, I think I stitched every day except for one, so that's much better than last week where I only stitched 2 days out of the week. So I'll take small amounts of progress over no progress at all, right? Here is said progress on medieval motifs. What I did on, was it Monday and Wednesday, I worked on this, and I put in these right here. Like I said, not a whole lot. It's, sometimes stitching can be deceptive though. Like you can work on something for what feels like a long time and then look at it and you're like, that's all that I did? This can sometimes feel like that. But yeah, this part, it stretches all the way across here and over to a repeat of this motif on this side. So yeah, just put in some brown. This was a piece that I designed. I'm stitching it on 18 count. I don't remember the color, what it was called, like antique white or something. It's just a really pale yellow actually. And it's available in my Etsy shop if anyone's interested. And the shop is linked below. For the Great Biscornu swap, we had our new swap assignments given to us, and I got an itch right under my eye. You know, other Flosstubers, they get the nose itch. I get eye itch. Yeah, don't know what's up with that. So the theme for this swap is fantasy, and I am doing mermaids and griffins. By the way, we got a new printer, so just a comparison. This was printed on our stupid old printer. This is supposed to be like that rich yellow color, and it printed as like a really janky pink. This is printed on our new printer, and it looks like it's supposed to, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, no more stupid printer. So I am stitching this 1/1 on 28 count because it's 80 stitches across, and that would be really too large on the counts that I usually stitch on. So like if I were to do it 14 stitches per inch or even like 16 or 18, it would be too big as a Biscornu. So 1/1. on 28 count. And here's what I have so far, this little mermaid. I put this pattern together, it's using motifs from a really old sampler that I have in a book somewhere. And so these are sampler motifs. I did change this. It was just a lion, and I changed it a bit to be a griffin. I added the wings, and it's not even technically really a griffin, it's more just a winged lion with like one color brown on this side and one color brown on this side, but this makes it fantasy, whereas before it was just a lion with a crown, which is still not normal. Anyway, so I have the mermaid. Look at how tiny this is. Like, here's my fingers for comparison, and she is minuscule, and I love it. So like in the middle where there would usually be a button, there's probably just going to be a bead, like a little tiny seed bead, because that's all that will fit in that little tiny square. I like tiny stitching, it's fun. So that's Fantasy Biscornu, and I worked on that on Wednesday and Thursday. And the deadline for that is early June, so I'm going to try to work on it. It wasn't originally in my Mania plans, but I'm going to be working on it throughout May, just because I need to get it done. All right, the next project I pulled out was While Lilies Flourish. And this is the one that I had some issues with, I think it was last week, where I had stitched a great portion of the border and realized that I was off, and I had to unpick a lot of what I had done and start restitching it. I considered putting this in timeout because I was upset with it, but I know myself, and if I were to put something in timeout, I might not ever get to it. I don't want to, if I find a mistake, I don't want to just put it away and not do anything about it, because then I'll start dreading getting it out again. Like, I don't want to get that out because I'll have to start frogging instead of start stitching, or I'll have to stitch that part again that I already stitched and frogged, and I'll dread getting it out, and so I won't ever get it out, and I don't like that idea. So I try to frog and restitch as soon as possible. So I have gone ahead and completed the border. I hope you can see this whole thing, but even if not, I do my my close-up videos, so you'll be able to see the whole thing anyway. So I brought it around and down, and I was constantly checking and rechecking and making sure that I had stitched it right, and it met up down here. And then I finished off the length of floss that I had and stitched like a leaf and a half. And then I was like, okay, now I can be okay with putting it away for a little while. Or I might get it out again super soon. I don't know yet. But there's nothing about it that I have to dread, because I have gone back, I have fixed the mistake, and moved on past it. And that's what I've done with this next one too, the fixing the mistake and moving on. I'm working on my Saxon band samplers. I'm stitching Ye Old Band Sampler and its companion, Saxon Transylvania Band Sampler, all together on one giant piece of fabric. And so on this one, I put in some work right in here. Let me unfold this said giant piece of fabric. There we go. So here's the whole piece as it is right now. And so the part that I was working on, I stitched these triangles that are inside this little thing, and after I'd stitched all of them, I realized that I was off on the placement. That they were all over one stitch, and so I heaved a big sigh and picked them all out and stitched them all up again. Excuse me. And so that kind of goes along with what I was talking about with Wild Lily's Flourish. I didn't want to just set it aside and be frustrated and irritated. I didn't want to have to frog it because, I didn't want to have to fudge it. So leave it and work around it, because I use the placement of motifs in each band to aid in the placement of motifs in the next band. And so if this was off, then this whole band would be off, and I wouldn't be able to count on this band to work the next band and the next. And anyway, so I'm trying as much as possible to keep this one true to the pattern. So, stitched it, frogged it, restitched it, moved on. And so yeah, I finished this diagonal and started in on the next motif, which is the same as this one but flipped upside down. So that is Ye Old Band Sampler, stitched next to Saxon Transylvania Band Sampler, and this is part of the hashtag Saxon Band Sampler Sal that you can follow on Instagram if you so desire. Big ol' honkin' piece of fabric. Okay. And this is 1/1 on 25 count. It's going to be like 21 inches wide and 24 inches long. So all together, that's pretty big. Alright, that's all the cross-stitching that I did. Let's move on to some sewing. Let's see. I finally have been working on making myself some new project bags, because I'm starting approximately 10 new projects for Stitch Mania, and I'm already doubled up on my project bags as it is. Several of my bags have more than one project, and I like new project bags. So the ones that I'm making now are sort of half-size bags. My full-size ones are big, you know, big enough for a full-size pattern and all the the fabric and floss and everything. But so these ones are smaller. They'll hold a half-size bag, a half-size project with plenty of room. And the awesome thing about these is I can make them with 2 fat quarters. 1 fat quarter of outside fabric and a fat quarter of inside fabric. So to make the bags that I have made and I'm working on making, I have a whole bunch of fat quarters that it's fabric that I really like, but couldn't really use to make my regular project bags, because those I need 2 fat quarters each for main fabric and lining, and so I didn't have enough of any of these fabrics to use in my regular size project bags. But I can use them for these project bags. So I have my daisy bag that I made, bright and cheery with a bright yellow zipper, and it's got a gray and yellow polka dot lining fabric. And the other one that I have completed is my music bag, because I have been playing the piano since the 1st grade. And I don't know if you can count 1st grade as playing the piano. That's when I started lessons and I wasn't very good at it, but you know, I've gotten fairly decent over the years, and I love to sing, and music is my thing. Even more so than cross stitch and crafting. So my music bag, and I have the black on the outside with a nice black zipper, and the lining is the white of this same fabric. So that is my music bag. And I have 4 others that I have the zippers sewn onto the fabric. I just need to patch it together into a bag. You know, I wasn't going to show what I have, but I will anyway. Hold please. You didn't have to hold long because I cut that part out where I went and fetched my stuff. Okay, so the next 4 bags that I have ready to go, and just a couple minutes of sewing on each one will finish them. Look at that. Japanese fans, Japanese fans. And this will be the lining fabric with this cool yellowy orangey zipper. Okay. And I am making this bag. With these 2 bags, the Japanese fans and this one, and here's the lining. It was fabric that was given to me, and it was like just a pack of like 5 fat quarters, and just gorgeous Asian fabric. And there was another pack that had like koi fish and stuff that I will probably also make into project bags. And it made me so sad that I couldn't make them into project bags the regular size, because I didn't have enough fabric. And so when I started making these smaller ones, I knew exactly what fabric I was going to use. I was going to use my Japanese fabrics. Okay, so here's the next one. It's got these mandala type circles, and here will be the lining. I don't know that the camera is going to pick this up, but the coppery bits, those are shimmery. They're kind of metallic, so they have some sheen to them, and that's really cool. Okay, and the last one that I have cut out and ready to go. Here's the outside, and again, these parts are metallic, shimmery, with, oh dang it, not that it matters. Okay, I was going to sew it so that the paisleys all face the same direction, and I didn't, and that's okay. It's lining, and these are just for my own personal use. Anyway, I gotta say, since I was just sort of banging these out and not really paying attention to doing them perfectly, my zipper game was not on point while I was making those. The zippers are kind of like somewhat wonky. They're not my best work. I don't mind. Personal use bags, whatever. Okay. Also, some more sewing that I did this week. I made some more Ort pouches, Ort catchers, or as Audrey once mistakenly called them, Orc catchers. These ones, I have 2 of each style. I have these pink florals, and they have a lovely pink polka dot lining. And these, once I'm done filming, I will be listing them in my Etsy shop, so keep your eye open for that. I have, I want to call them ferns, but they're not ferns. The right name is not coming to me, but this greenery. And it also has a pink polka dot lining. This is a paler pink. A lot of pink polka dots. Speaking of pink polka dots, I have 2 pink polka dot bags. I really like the lining on this and how it plays with the pink. It's this mildly floral. I say mildly because it has big chunks of empty space, but yeah, this blue floral on the inside with the pink polka dots on the outside. Super cute. And this sort of creamy floral color, and this one has little bitty floral on the inside. So this batch is a very feminine batch of Ort pouches. I almost called them orc pouches. I had to remind myself which one it actually is. So those will be listed in my Etsy shop by the time this video goes live. Okay, so I have 500 subscribers, and this is my 50th video, my 50th Flosstube episode, and I'm gonna do a giveaway of something that I haven't even made yet. Go figure. I will, over the course of this next week, make an Ort pouch, a half-size bag, and let me go grab it, a full-size project bag. This is just one of my personal use bags. So I will be making all three in a coordinating set of fabrics, and so one lucky winner will win 3 coordinating items from me: a full-size project bag, a half-size project bag, and an Ort catcher slash accessory pouch. You know, whatever you want to use it for. In order to enter the giveaway, shoot, I did not think about what I want you to comment below. First off, be a subscriber, be one of my 500 plus subscribers, yay! Do not say the word giveaway. You have to be 18 or older or have your parents' permission. So all the basic rules. And I was filibustering in hopes of coming up with something. Okay, since it's 50 episodes, if you could have a collection of 50 items, what would those items be? Would you have, and it can be something alive. If you want 50 cats, go ahead and say that. If you collect decorative spoons, if you would just want 50 big giant pieces of cross-stitch fabric that you could have in your stash. So if you could have 50 items, you know, a collection of 50 things, what would that be? Let's see. My interrupting husband just came up the stairs and is looking at me blankly like, huh? What? Hi. Yeah, I don't know what mine would be. You know, I like the fabric idea. I would have 50 Stitcher's Yard cuts of fancy, beautiful linen and even weave, and that would be fun. So yeah, 50 things. What would it be? And that will enter you to win big project bag, little project bag, Ort pouch. I was going to wrap it up until I remembered I went to the thrift store today and I got a couple goodies. I got this really big Complete Guide to Needlework. And this is cool. The title is Stitched in Needlepoint, or something like that. So it has embroidery, needlepoint, knitting, applique, quilting, patchwork, macrame, crochet, rug making, lacework. And in the embroidery section there is like 2 pages on cross stitch, so I had to pick it up. This is copyright this is the 8th printing, copyright 1984. The original copyright was 1979, so that's cool. I'm not going to do like a real flip through, just kind of showing, like, it's got various embroidery stitches, finishing embroidered pieces, open work hardanger embroidery, so how to do hardanger. Let's see, flipping through, there's some, what is that, needlepoint stitches, and designing and working needlepoint. Preparing and sewing a one-shape patchwork. And here's some knitting. Knitting a garment, and it shows how to take measurements and use them for your garment. Blocking your garment. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Oh, needle lace. I need a new hobby, like I need another hole in my head. But, you know, it's fun. So, Complete Guide to Needlework. And the other book that I picked up, it's significantly smaller, less heavy. This is Leisure Arts Timeless Ornaments. Pretty sure it's Leisure Arts, that's what it says on the back. Yeah. And this one I'm actually going to do a flip through and sort of tag it on to the end here. So here's that. Okay, so this is my flip through of Timeless Ornaments by Leisure Arts. It is awkward working around the camera. Yeah, Leisure Arts. Okay. Copyright. Where's the copyright? Oh, I wanted to know what year it's from. Oh well. Let's see. First we have these heartfelt messages. The warmth of Christmas is kindness. The spirit of Christmas is peace. The gladness of Christmas is hope. The joy of Christmas is family. The heart of Christmas is love. And they're done in this really cool fancy font with holly. Heavenly Host. And we've got these lovely angel ornaments, or they use them as, what is that? I guess they wrapped it around fabric or pillows or something like that. But those are really pretty. I like this book because it has all the patterns in the back, and so I can just turn the pages willy-nilly without having to worry about showing the pattern. The night before Christmas. This one says, the stockings were hung by the chimney with care. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, and away to the window I flew like a flash. And this side is the whole Night Before Christmas poem. Oh, and it's got these cute little clock ornaments. I just realized that's all backstitch. So I think the pattern for that is in the back as well. Oh, these are more of the clocks and the Night Before Christmas. But a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, and there's those 8 tiny reindeer, and they're so cute. With the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, and the last one, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I'm actually going to pull this up closer so you can see those little deer. Aren't those so cute? So that is a lot of fun. Christmas perennials, for those who like the plant side of Christmas. There's poinsettias and I don't know what this is. The mistletoe, holly. I don't know what that one is either. I need to look up some of these. Oh wait, okay. These bountiful gifts from nature: white chrysanthemum, poinsettia, holly, Christmas cactus, and mistletoe. I actually have a Christmas cactus plant that somebody recently gave me. It hasn't flowered. I think it was a new start from her plant. So we'll see if I can keep it alive long enough to flower later this year. That would be fun, because those are pretty. Quilts of the Bible. Okay, so this one's cool. Carpenter's Wheel, Star of the Magi, Shepherd's Crossing, Road to Jerusalem, and Bethlehem Star. All quilt blocks in cross-stitch form. Good Cheer Elves. This one says, good cheer to you and all those near and dear to you. And then you zoom in here, and it's all these cute little jolly elves, as well as some stitched mushrooms and other small motifs. That one's cute. It's like a little log cabin. Oh, yeah, here's a closer look at them. Oh, holy cow. Look at that. It is so cute. It's like this tiny little ornament in the shape of like a firewood carrier. That is so cute. It's got little tiny sticks in it. Young at Heart. It's got some dolls and a rocking horse and a stocking that says, hang up the baby stocking, be sure you don't forget, the little dimpled darling has ne'er seen Christmas yet. Oh, and he's got this cute little baby. Schoolgirl embroideries. In pioneer homes, families trimmed their freshly cut Christmas tree with ornaments as primitive as their lifestyle. Scraps of fabric, empty thread spools, there we go, and stray buttons often provided simple yet charming accents. Perhaps most touching of all were handcrafted ornaments bearing the careful, deliberate stitches and childish sentiments of schoolgirls. How cute is that? So it won't be long till Santa comes, and a wreath and a tree. I love ho ho ho. And then if you look at these little spools, they have tiny bits of cross stitch wrapped around them. That is so cute. There's one there, down there. Wow, that's fun. I wonder if I can encourage Audrey to do some of these really little ones. That would be so cool. Paper doll Teddy. This one is so cute. It's stitched on perforated paper, maybe. Or just a nice stiff Ada. I think I would do it on paper if I did it. So it's got the teddy bear and little outfits. A little Santa mask. Pretty sampling. So it's got these tiny samplers. Look at that little bitty sampler. Glory to God. Like a little band sampler. And then the tree and the star. And then we have St. Nicholas, excuse me, old style. You know, the not bright red, holly jolly type Santa, but so in here he's got the Christmas tree and a bag of toys. And here he's got some older versions of the hat that he wears now. These are more Eurasian style. And the wintry village. I like that. Victorian angels. These are cute. Very cherubic. Frosty friends. There's the snowman. Radiant Nativity. There's a round sampler on this page. The glory of the Lord shone round about them. Luke chapter 2, verse 9. And then here's the Nativity with the angels. Yeah, angels, baby Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the three wise men. Here's the three wise men. Here's shepherds. And the animals. Now this one is on perforated paper, I can tell. Yes, I do know what it looks like. That's really fun. It's got, it's beaded as well as stitched. And here it is as an actual nativity instead of ornaments hung on the tree. So ornaments set up as a nativity. Merry Mini Stockings. So here's ones with patterns on them. And then Santas. This is the kind of Santas I think that Julie Gulf Coast Stitcher would approve of because they are the tiniest bit salty. They're not like the bright, cartoony, cheery kind. I like it. They're really cool. Noah's Animals. I would not have associated Noah's Ark with Christmas, but here it is, a Christmas tree of Noah's Ark animals. It's almost like they're animal crackers because they're all stitched in that brown. That's kind of fun. Santa's Toyland. So here's more Santas, and he's working on some toys in each one. Or, let's see, he's writing, so maybe he's working on his list in this one. And hammering in a nail, painting on a doll's face. And here's toys. This one says, there's nothing Santa more enjoys than making toys for girls and boys. And in his way he's wondrous wise, for he knows just what'll please your eyes. Endearing snow babies. You got all these babies in their cute puffy little snow outfits running around having fun in the cold. There is nothing cuter than a baby all dressed up to the point that he can hardly move, toddling around in the snow outside. It is adorable. And that is all of the patterns. So yeah, this was a fun find at the thrift store. It cost me 75 cents. Worth every penny and more. And yeah, I'm really glad I picked it up. And that is all that I have for you this week. Remember to tell me what 50 item collection you would like to have. And have a great stitching week if you're participating in Mania. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Have fun with that. And I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.